Aita for leaving an equal inheritance to my stepson as my bio kids. I, 62M, met my current wife, 39F, 4 years ago, and we got married 2 years ago. She has a son, 12M, from her previous marriage who lives with us full time. His dad visits occasionally, but lives in another country. I also have 2 adult children, 34M and 32F, from my first marriage. I will admit I don't have the greatest track record as a father. While my bio kids were growing up, we were kind of distant, as their mother and I were constantly fighting. She was a SEM, while I was running a business to varying degrees of success. However, when they became adults, we, bio kids and I, became much closer. My business also grew a lot, and I am quite wealthy now, compared to struggling to pay bills when my bio kids were growing up. My relationship with my stepson is quite good. He doesn't call me dad, but seems to view me as a very close uncle. I do my best to be a good father figure to him. If I'm being completely honest, I hope that eventually he will see me as a father figure, especially given that his father is never really around, and constantly disappoints him. So here's the issue. A few weeks ago while I was going through some things in the basement with my bio son and daughter, the topic of inheritance came up. I mentioned how I planned to include my stepson in my will, and he would get a third of the inheritance. I don't remember how exactly we got to this topic. Well, my kids are furious with me now, telling me this was unfair, as they had to grow up with a cold, emotionally and physically distant unavailable father who struggled to bring food to the table. They mentioned how my stepson gets to live a luxurious childhood with a much kinder and more present, emotionally available and supportive parent than they had ever had while not even being my real son. Then on top of that they would lose out on the inheritance they feel they had earned for working so hard to repair our relationship after all the damage I had done to them. Edit. To clarify, that's not something they said. It's something I'm trying to be cognizant of because they absolutely could have walked away, but chose to try to repair our relationship still before my business was successful. And they both had a hand in making the business successful because they were willing to help out. I can understand their point of view. They feel like I'm slighting them for my new family with a much younger wife and what they claim is a do-over child, which he is not, but I can see why they see it that way. I want to do right by my stepson, but also my bio kids, who did have to put up with a lot more during their childhood than my stepson. Aita for planning to leave an equal inheritance to him. Edit. I should have specified. The way I was thinking about forming my will, I'm leaving about 60% of my assets to all 3 of my kids, so each kid will get 20%. Wife will get about 30%. The business will be going to my bio kids unless my wife or stepson decide to get involved in the future, but my bio kids will get majority stakes either way. I have been thinking on this a lot the past several weeks though, and I'm thinking each of my bio kids will receive 30%, wife will receive 25%, and stepson receive 10%-ish. None of this has been actually updated into a will. At the moment, my bio kids and other members of my family some organizations are my beneficiaries because I didn't update anything since before getting married. What do you think about it? Write your comments.